YOLO terminals net more than 1.8 billion at auction. I have a list here of more than 12, 13, 14, 15 companies that came to pick away at all the remaining yards that YOLO left behind. XPO, Estes, Saya, Night Swift came away with the most terminals in a bankruptcy court supervised real estate auction. If you guys are here for the first time, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe if you like the comment that you are, or like the content that you are consuming today. Yesterday, I made a video. I made a couple of videos, actually, my experience at JB Hunt, and then also experience with Melton Truck Lines. There was one where I did a combination of all the companies I've been with: Knight, JB Hunt, Melton, and now ABF Freight. I'm a line haul Teamster driver here at ABF Freight. Now, I'm reading from Trucking Drive. YOLO Corp's terminals sold for 1.88 billion. XPO, 870 million. They bought 26 yards and 2 leases. Estes Express Lines bought 24 yards. For 248.7 million. Saya Motor Freight, they bought 17 terminals for 235.7 million. Night Swift, 13 for 51.3 million. Now here's one I haven't heard of. Raymar Land Corporation bought 8 yards for 211.5 million. Crown Enterprise bought 8 yards for 38.2 million. Then we have Terminal Properties who bought 7 yards. A. Dewey Pile bought 4. ArcBest buys 3 for 30.2 million. RLF, 4 acquisitions, bought 3 yards for 20.9 million. T-Force buys 2 yards for 16 million. And let's see, do we have any other LTL in here? But there's a few more. There's a few more here. Basically, the total is 128 owned and 2 leased properties. Total combined amount of 1.88 billion. So I know there's a lot of talk about YOLO possibly making a comeback. How many terminals did they even have nationwide, right? Total of 128 and 2 leased. So 130. I remember at one point talking to more experienced guys with more time here on the union side. There was definitely more than 130 yards. Over time, they've lost some. And I know that in the beginning, when YOLO was fresh and new, they had over 60,000 Teamsters. And by the time they went out of business, there they sat at about 23,000. Well, that's also 23,000 guys that it's difficult for them to find a job. And it isn't right, because these companies, they don't want to hire ex-union laborers. They fear them going in, influencing their non-union laborers into going union. And rightfully so. I mean, when you're able to see the health benefits and the pension that these guys, we, the people, are enjoying here at ABF, UPS, Cisco. It's a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, you know what, I the company can afford that, I want that too, you know? So this is pretty sad, man, you know? This pretty much, I think, puts the nail in Yellow's coffin. Um, there's a yellow driver, a female yellow driver from, I forget where. I think she was over in somewhere on the East Coast, but she's coming all the way over here to Oregon to be a road driver at the Portland terminal. And then, of course, I know of many other yellow drivers that were able to find a home here in Southern California as well. So good for them. But to the rest of you guys, I know it's going to be difficult. I know some of these guys went to XPO, but as far as Old Dominion, I've even heard some of these guys talking pretty sour about, you know, former Yellow employees that, you know, they don't want to see them over there. And this isn't to, you know, to crap on you guys, but it's just to kind of bring awareness, man. You know, we're all people. We all have families to support. You know, let's try to not be like that. And if companies truly are purposely not hiring former union employees, former union laborers, you need to think twice, because honestly, union laborers are some of the hardest working. To have to have put up with, you know, crazy hours for like their first 5 years of service. UPS guys having to put up with what, 23, 24 bucks an hour when they first start out for their first 3-4 years. What it's like throwing parcel around constantly, loading and unloading trailers. It's you know, it's dirty work. And on the dock, you guys, Estes, you know, Saya, those of you that work that dock, you know what that work is like. And you know that here in the LTL community, we are some of the hardest working guys out there. And hats off to the flatbedders too. I did that for a year. You can check out the video upper right-hand corner of your screen where I was talking about my experience at Melton Truck Line's over-the-road flatbed. Some of the best memories of my life. And maybe you guys would like to listen in. Maybe you're thinking about checking out the flatbed sector. And I give you a no BS, real assessment of what I think as far as the pay, the type of work, is it worth it, where I've been in the country with Melton, some of my favorite places to do 34-hour resets. At one point, I was over the road for 3 months, then I came home. Then I was over the road for 6 months and came home. After that, I was only gone for maybe a month at a time. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content today. If you did, at least hit that like button. And on TikTok, I go in real time, I go live, and I'm able to answer all of your questions right there on the spot in real time. So take advantage of that. Same name on TikTok, Mr. By the Mile. Thank you guys for being here. Channel's nothing without you. Take care and stay safe. All you truck drivers out there, new and veteran, all you Teamsters. See you guys on the road.